on.
Hello, welcome to the Dance of Life. For those of you who are new to the Dance of Life, a little bit of information about us. The school opened in 1996. I have been dancing since 1992, and the school has, I think, influenced and helped and encouraged so many women to accept their bodies, enjoy dancing, find a new activity to do some exercise, and also meet new friends and make fantastic new connections with other women. So due to COVID-19, the school had to close its doors in the first week of March. So like so many other arts-based enterprises, there's been no income because, it's one of those things that you can't go ahead with at the moment. So what we've done is we've set up a little contribution page on my website, and that's if anyone can afford to make a contribution today, in respect would be great. It's pay what you can, and if you can't pay anything, then that's fine, okay, all good. It's just to help the school survive, and it's to help the school continue to stay open, because of course there's been all the usual outgoings such as rent. If you would like to make a contribution, and you can, you could go to my website, which is www.danceoflife.com.au, and you just go to the home page, and if you scroll down you'll see live stream contributions, and if you click on contribute now, it'll take you to a page where you can make a donation either via PayPal or using your credit card through PayPal. So this workshop, I will be leaving it up until Sunday evening. So you can watch it again, you can tell your friends that it's available to have a look at. You can make a contribution at any time during that period. And anything that you can donate or contribute is greatly appreciated. So the workshop, what we're going to do today is we're actually going to look at the fundamental movements of Gypsy Belly Dance. Now, Gypsy Belly Dance is my favourite style. It's very earthy, it's very empowering, and it's not focused on titillation, it's focused on self-empowerment, women's empowerment, yay. The style comes from Egypt, which is the Gawazi style, which is the Egyptian gypsies. What I have done, obviously, is I've made it my own. I've created some of my own steps, and it's the Sonia style, Dance of Life style. And for those of you who don't know, I am Sonia Manzolini. What we'll be doing is we'll be learning, starting off with just a few little warm-ups, and then we're going to do some basic posture and fundamental steps, and we're going to put those fundamental steps into a short little routine. Okay, so we'll get started. If you have a bit of space, you don't need heaps, but you will need a little bit of space. And you'll be watching me in the mirror so that you'll be able to see me from the front, and you'll have, you'll be following my right. When I go right, you do your right. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm just going to put some quiet music on to do a couple of warm-ups, and then we'll get started on the actual piece that we're going to muck around with. Thank you. the streets of Cairo, and basically they do dance on a stage, so they have confined spaces that they dance in quite often. So it's not a really expansive dance style, it's quite contained. And getting the posture correct is really important because that is what will protect your body and help you to get the hip movements in particular nice and fluid and large. So the first thing we need to do is start from the bottom up, and we're going to bend our knees. So this is one of the really important things because it's nice and soft, and having your knees bent actually allows you a much greater expansive movement in this style. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our hip bones here, so not the padding, but the bones here. So we're looking at our skeletal structure. These bones right inside here, you're going to find that space, and that's how far apart your feet should be, because that is the optimum distance for your body. Okay, so if you have your feet too far apart, it's hard to isolate the movement. So one of the big things about belly dancing is isolated movement. So in other words, I want to move my hips, not my whole body from side to side if I've got my feet too far apart. So having your feet in the correct posture is really important. The other thing is your feet should be as parallel as is comfortable for you. Turnout is very, it's oppositional for belly dance steps, and it's quite painful and uncomfortable. So you need to make sure you do try to keep your feet as parallel as possible. Knees are soft. Now, when you bend the knees, you're also trying to put the pelvis into neutral position. So if you think of your pelvis as a bowl, what happens with the pelvis is that when we stand in what I call military posture, standing up straight, pull your stomach in, shoulders back, what we've been taught as children at school. You tend to arch your back, and what happens here is your knees take a lot of pressure and your low back takes a lot of pressure. As soon as you drop into belly dance posture, your quads, which are very strong muscles, and your strong leg bones are what take the strain of your whole body weight. So what you're trying to do is release into the knees, and at the same time put the pelvis into neutral position. So neutral position means that it's level. So if we stand in military posture, our pelvis is actually tilted forward, and this is kind of compressing down in here. So what you want to do is you want to tuck just a little bit, and that gives you a release in the pelvis, which makes your hips much more mobile, and it protects your lower back, and you allow your quads to take the strain. So just a quick little disclaimer, if you have back issues or knee problems, please be very careful about while you're doing this workshop. I don't know what you're feeling, so if anything feels wrong, please just stop doing it. If you have any questions at the end of the workshop, you can write some comments into the comment section on Facebook, and I can try and respond as well as I can. So just keep all of those things in mind, that if you do have a bad knee injury or something, the knee bent position may not work for you. So you have to just adjust and be gentle on yourselves. So once we've attained this posture here, that's our posture from the hips down, is feet at hip width apart, feet parallel, knees soft, neutral pelvis. You don't want to tilt your pelvis up at the front because this tenses your quads and you can't move. It's like this. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to keep it nice and soft. Now the upper body, you can't let the my knees are moving forward and back, but they're never locking like this. It's always soft. Okay, it takes a bit of getting used to keeping those knees soft all the time, but once you've done it, it really is quite a comfortable posture. If you're ever standing in a queue and you've got your shopping trolley and you're getting a tired back, just drop into this. It instantly relieves the back. Okay, so I don't want to spend too long warming up, but we'll start with some gentle actual movements so that we can actually get started on some of these steps. Okay, so in this style of belly dancing, there are two sort of main genres of movement. One is a percussive movement, which is sharp and on the beat, and the other is a serpentine or rounded movement, like figure eights, snake arms and camels. So they're more fluid, and the percussive beats are sharper. Okay? So we're going to look at two of those, like two steps out of those two genres today, so that we can start mucking around with those ideas and learning some of the movements. So to get a single hip bump, so the single hip bump is probably the fundamental percussive step in this style of belly dancing, and it's really quite versatile because there's lots of things that you can do with this step once you've learned how to do it. So we're getting into our posture, feet and hip width apart, knees soft, pelvis neutral, rib cage open. So this is what a single hip bump looks like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And there's different ways that you can do it, which I'll be showing you in a moment. But the main thing about this is that your upper body isn't rocking from side to side, it's just the hips. Okay, so here we are in our neutral position. We're going to put, just to get the feel of it, we're going to put our feet slightly further apart. And what I want you to do is shift your weight onto your right leg and allow your right hip to go outwards. Okay, so the key to this is do not try to lift your hip up. If you lift your hip up, you lift your heel, and that is really not, it's not correct, and it means you won't be able to do any of the other steps with that movement. So what you've got to remember to do is shift your weight and put your weight on that leg and just let your hip go out and then off to the other side. Now the reason why our hips actually go up is because that's how we're made. That's the shape of our bodies, and basically as you move your weight, your hip will just go up by itself. It does it automatically. You don't have to make it happen. So the important thing is do not try to lift your hip up. Simply swing your hip out to the right, swing your hip out to the left with the weight. So my weight's on my right hip's out, my weight's on my left hip is out. Okay, so let's do a few half-time ones. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So this is a great travelling step. In fact, it's one of the most common travelling steps. So what we want to do when we travel with this is we take a small step forward. One of the things about our posture is that we have our feet at hip width apart. And when you're learning, a really good rule is take a small step so that you get more hip action. The larger your step, the less you can push your hip and into position and get that nice sharp movement. So taking a slightly smaller step, especially when you're learning and you're just getting used to it, is a really good thing to do. So try, if you're a strider, when you go walking, that's not what we do in belly dancing. You need to keep it quite contained. Alright, so if we just do 4 on the spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, then step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, onto that leg. My hip comes up all by itself. I'm not making that deliberately go up like this. No heels off the floor. Flat feet, pushing into that leg, stepping, pushing into that leg, stepping, pushing into that leg, stepping, pushing into that leg. Now you'll notice, if you look at the back of my feet, and hopefully you can see them from there, as I step, my opposing foot is getting ready. I go step. See how that foot's come up at the back there? Because you don't want the step to look robotic. In other words, you don't want to go 1, 2, 3. You want to flow. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So that is a single hip bump, one of the most fundamental steps in this style. And there's so many different things that you can do with it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a piece of music on, and we're going to look at some of the variations on this particular movement. Check the volume for me, Sean. Okay, I think that might be a little bit loud. Come up a little tiny bit, Sean, please. Okay, so here we're going with single hips. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to half time it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and single time again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try and walk with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the spot, arms down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Half time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down to the arms. 4, 5. This is called the gunfighter pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're actually going to double climb it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This is where you go into shimmy from that. So remember, the shimmy is a wiggling knees, wobbling knees. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Never straightening. And the same with your single hip bumps. When you push your weight onto that leg, you do not lock that knee out. You've got to keep your knees soft. Soft. Okay? Soft in the knees. You never lock your knees. Alright. So I'm just going to grab a sip of water and move on to another variation. So normally in the, just a little aside, normally in the June, July school holidays we have a free community open day at the Dance of Life, and what happens at that is we do some free workshops, we do some performances with my professional troupe and also with all of my classes including the beginners. So it's unlikely that that will go ahead this year, but I'm going to plan to do a small live stream presentation as a sort of open day, and hopefully I might be able to have 4 or 5 girls in the room with me while we do it. So it depends on how the restrictions go and whether or not we get more cases and all that kind of stuff. So here's hoping we can get it back happening soon. Alright, back to the step. I'm going to show you one more little variation on the single hip bump so that a genre of movement before we call it a day. So what we're going to do is going to look at a basic figure eight. Now, figure eights are a really big movement in belly dancing. The figure eight shape is used all over the whole body. It's used for all sorts of different types of movement. You can have it as a percussive figure eight and a slinky serpentine figure eight. And they are a serpentine or slinky movement meant to be a smooth movement. There are 4 variations of hip figure eights. 2 of them are parallel to the floor, so your hips are staying parallel to the floor like this, and 2 of them are perpendicular to the floor, so your hips are going up and down. Okay. Today we're going to learn what my terminology is an open figure eight. So this is a figure eight that's flat to the floor, so it's parallel to the floor, and it's probably the most intuitive movement of the 4 sets. So to do it, we're going to have our feet just slightly further apart than normal because it helps you to get the shape. And we're going to put our hand on our right hip. What I want you to do now, just don't try to remember your posture, just a quick reminder. Knees are soft, pelvis in neutral, rib cage open, shoulders relaxed. Lots to remember, and don't forget to breathe, okay? Remembering to breathe is really important. Something that people often do when they're learning new things is hold their breath. Alright, we're going to take our right hand onto our right hip, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn our right hip slightly forward. So it's about 45 degrees to the room, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight onto that leg with that hip on that 45 degrees. So you're going to shift onto that hip. Now, we're going to take this point of our hip here and we're going to turn it so it's pointing to 45 degrees to the back of the room. Now, luckily, since our hips are connected together, we have our left hip is now facing to 45, that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight onto that leg now. So it's come onto here. And we're going to turn that hip. And then we're shifting back over there. And then we turn this hip. And then we're shifting back and turning. And so we're creating a figure eight shape. Like this. Parallel to the floor. Okay. So a couple of tips. Again, don't lift your heels. You're not trying to go up. You're not trying to go up. The body does it all by itself. You take it across. My foot's well grounded into the floor at the moment. I'm turning the hip. It doesn't have to be a really big turn. Then I'm shifting and turning. Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed students doing in class is instead of focusing on this point of their hip, when they do the turn, instead of taking this point around, they're going like this. 1, 2. So they're actually putting their bottom out and making their body lean forward. And so it makes the figure eight sort of look like this, which is kind of a bit daggy. So what we want to do is we want to try and remember, I'm going to turn this way just so you can see what I'm talking about. This is what it should look like. 1, 2, 1, 2, not 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? And that's just something that happens when people aren't quite, getting it straight away. But it is a beginner step, and it's a step that most people can do. And you can do some lovely variations with it. So if we think about that movement again, we're going to, just for the moment, put our hand on our right hip again. We're going to take our foot out slightly. We're going to turn our hip, shift our weight across, turn and shift and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, just minimise the length of the movement so you can still make it smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the contrast is long, long, shorter. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gives you a variation. And then there's other things you can do with that. You can change your level. So you can do the slow ones at this natural level. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you do the quick ones, you can do a slight little dip down. 3, 4. Up, across, down, doobie-doo, down, down. Up, across, down, 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 down. So from here, I basically bring this up, I go across on the level, and then down, 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 down. And that's just a nice variation. Okay, so let's just put a little bit of that together, some of those moves that you've just learned. And the next time we do this, we'll add some more movements. So I haven't set a date for this, but keep an eye on the Facebook page and we'll see when the next one will happen. Okay, thanks everyone. Let's have a quick go at it. Thank you, Sean. My partner's here helping. Okay, we're going to start with let's turn it up a little bit, Single hip bumps and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, arms down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, figure eights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, quick, quick. Now we're going to add a single hip bump on the last 2 figure eights. 1, 2, sharp, sharp, smooth, 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 sharp, sharp, smooth, 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 sharp, walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have it a little bit louder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do the forward back. Forward and back and turn. Forward and back and turn. Forward and back and turn. Forward and back and shimmy. 4, 5, 6, 7, and bump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's walk forward. 6, arms up. 5, 6, walking back. And let's do some figure eights. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and everybody take a bow. Yay! Nice work. Hope everyone had some fun. As I said, we'll try and do another one sometime soon. Just don't forget that I will leave this video on the Facebook page until Sunday evening, and then I'll be taking it off. But please tell your friends if you enjoyed it. Let them, send them to the link, and hopefully we can see you again. Yes, thank you everyone. Have a great rest of the weekend.